Call to order. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Cable Advisory Board for Wednesday, September 11th, 2024. Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So thank you all for joining us tonight, and bear with me because it's my first meeting as chair, so if the protocols are wrong or if you see me misstep, just tag me and I'll try to fix what I did wrong. First item on the agenda is the review and approval of the minutes from June 12th of 2024. If you've had a chance to look at those, maybe give me a motion to approve those.
I'll move it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
I'm abstaining, I wasn't here.
Okay.
Is there a second?
Don, did you say?
Don, second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next on the agenda is introduction of Carrie Cunha. Welcome, Carrie.
Thank you.
I know you sat in on a couple of the previous meetings, but maybe you can just, for the edification of the public, maybe just tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're bringing to the board.
Sure. Well, I'm a mom. Nothing special about me. I'm trying to merge social media into the mix because we've got to stay in the future. And we're working on it. I haven't figured it out yet. Getting close. And that's what I bring to the board.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we've discussed a few times how important social media is to awareness, public awareness out in the community. And I think that's something that we really want to foster in Westport.
Yeah.
Given the fact that people are all over the place, I think that's a good way to connect with people. So.
And having it in one department, so every department isn't posting and it's all over the place. We need to have it nice and neat.
Yeah, I think that's great. Well, thank you. Old business, that's on the agenda. I don't know really what there is in terms of old business to discuss.
I guess the only old business I can come up with that we spoke about before is that I've still haven't heard back from our friends at Spectrum about getting a feed into the new building to monitor the channels directly. And I can monitor them on the new server, but I want to feed into the building because by contract they're supposed to provide us one. And the feed itself is still going into the old building. So, per usual, they don't reply back when I ask for this, and it's been months on that.
Right.
Yeah. It doesn't have any effect on our day-to-day operation, but they're legally required to give us that, and I think they haven't said it, but they're probably saying, well, we are feeding a school, a vacant school, so.
Right. Didn't we discuss, Steve, we talked about pulling a ticket or something like that. Did you do that?
I did do that. I called them. I've reached out to them. They probably answered the ticket with some questions. I forget, it's been so long, before the summer, and I believe I did answer a reply back to them and haven't heard from that.
I mean, if we have to escalate it to the board, send in a letter, I would say we do so. But, the select board, pushing it.
Okay.
I don't think we need a motion on that part, because I think we probably all support it, but yeah, let's stay on and keep things going.
Yeah, or at least maybe try to pull another ticket and, try to get somebody on the phone from them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think that's it for whole business.
Servers working okay? And
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Valerie's got the hang of it now. She's, she's a lot better than she was at the beginning, and it's just great. Just the ease of it. I can do it from home and within seconds because it's all IP based, and uploading new content to it. It's so much better than the old version we had. I'm very happy with that purchase.
Next on the agenda is director's report and discussion.
Okay, let's see. All right, so the summer was really busy, and it was a fun summer. We hired from this board approved the hiring of David Backdyan, and he's back there if he wants to wave. He's fills in when Valerie can't do meetings, but his real talent is in filming. If you've seen any of the drone photography that we've done this summer, it's been all his work out there. He's a pro. He's certified in that. He's got his drone license, and he's done some events, and now we're going to get him on to doing, more projects for the channel, both independently and with me at times. So he's been a great asset so far. So far, so good. I'm glad we hired him. If you've seen the Hey Westport show, my former student, Taylor Perry's the host and also the producer on it. She's just here for the summer. I lose her in October, which is going to be tough because she goes to college in New York. She's kind of taken ownership of this show. We do 4 stories. We've been doing 4 stories per episode about things out in town, and she's a good writer. She's great on camera, and like I said, she takes ownership. She'll text me 10 o'clock at night with ideas for things and follows up, is always on time. So that was another good hire, having her. Let's see. So just to recap, this board did approve, I believe it was our June meeting, a little bit of a job description change for me where I wasn't teaching my one high school class anymore. So effective this September, they have a building sub as of now teaching that one class. I've given him all my curriculum, all my Google Classroom from the previous years, and he seems to love it. He teaches other things throughout the day, and I'm there to help him with things. I'm showing the kids how to work all the equipment, so I still have my foot in there. It's just not the day-to-day in the classroom every hour, monitoring the kids. So I think I still have a pretty good influence for that. And last, it's on the agenda later, so I'll wait for it. I was going to talk about the HD channels. I go back and forth on that, but we can wait until that comes up.
One of the things I was thinking about as you were talking about programming, and I don't know if this board would find it helpful, like when you're producing programming and you're getting it out there, if maybe sending a link to us, and if that, if you have something that
Sure.
you might want us to watch or whatever.
Yep. We're producing a lot, so you're going to get a lot of emails from me. Or at the end of the week, I can send a link of all.
Yeah, that might.
Yep, I'll do that.
I mean, I get so much junk mail in my email box. It'd be actually good to get something that we can watch.
I have a question.
Sure.
How are you? Which channel? The HD. How are you gonna? It's gonna be on YouTube links.
The HD discussion, is that what you're asking about?
The link he wants sent.
Oh, the link, no.
The links would be YouTube, right?
Yes, it'd be
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the question.
YouTube.
Yeah, that way everybody can kind of click and,
Mhm.
I mean, I just figured if he's producing things and
Yeah.
we can at least,
He emails them to me, so I've seen them.
yeah, so you get them anyway, right? Yeah. Now, are you posting them on
I share them
Face-
on
you
social
share
media.
them?
Yeah.
Great.
So with that too, I know we have Carrie, her expertise on Facebook. I've never had Facebook, so I'm kind of like, I'll oversee it, but I'll let her like handle the reins on that. Along with David, we've spoke about it too, about having a Facebook thing that as the board has been requesting. So obviously I'll oversee it, but I'll let you guys, bounce all your ideas off me, and I'll bounce ideas off you, and we'll get that up there.
Yeah. Just we need to edit because the attention span is so much different than TV.
Yep.
It's got to be quicker.
Quick.
Yeah.
And that's my report.
Okay. So does that include FY25 budget and staffing, or is that our next?
Well, it included the staffing. The budget, we haven't, what month are we in? September? I should be hearing from Jim Hartnett with a request very soon. We had a department head meeting today. He didn't mention the budget for the next budget. So I don't have any idea of what it's going to be, but he did say 2 and 2 for the raises for the staff. And the staff ends Taylor and David that I spoke about, and
So the
Carry on the
2%
board.
Increases.
Yeah, he's saying all around town, that's what it's gonna,
Okay.
so that would affect,
And your funding comes in usually in April, right? And
was
you
it
did
March? I think the last, I think Nicole told me March was the first check. I may take a minute to find an answer, but, a lot of,
Yeah, I
oh,
think
here we go.
you sent us a breakdown of monies that are in the account, and you're pretty solvent, right?
Yeah, so she didn't tell me the date. On June 17th, she said, I had asked how much was the first payment from Spectrum on this new contract, and they had paid us $248,000.
And that included capital and operating.
Well,
right?
our capital is now, is it 30 or 40 a year? She didn't break it down.
Yeah.
She just sent
I
the
think,
figures.
yeah.
I didn't. Yeah,
I'll
it's
have
either
to look
30.
back on my emails, but
It's either 30 or 40,000 capital per year for 10 years.
yep.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
have that. I don't have that breakdown here.
Okay. So there's money in the bank, I guess, is.
Yeah,
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 good.
and there's a lot more than that because I never go over.
Okay. So the next item on the agenda is the discussion of the new cable contract, or not so new now, but, and the request for the HD channel. And I emailed everybody the language specifically related to that. Unfortunately, we weren't able to print it out tonight, so I don't know if you all had a chance to look at it online. But I was gonna, defer to John to really discuss. I have mixed feelings on this, and I'll talk about them after everybody else kind of weighs in, but,
So
Oh, okay.
I'm the same. I was all for it at first, but given up. So what it is, if you folks forgot, right now we broadcast 3 standard def channels. We have the option of broadcasting in high def on 1 channel, but that will cost us an SD channel, so we'll go from 3 channels to 2.
John, I got a question.
Yeah.
On that channel, is it the 92, or how come sometimes it's Worcester on there? You'll see a broadcast, it'll be something about Worcester. Do they just flip it over somehow?
Recently?
I've noticed it a couple of times. You flip it out, you go, the 2 local actors, like the 3rd one, sometimes has all stuff about Worcester.
No idea
I've
how
noticed
that's.
that, sporadically it's dealing with stuff about Worcester, like a meeting in Worcester.
what
I-
channel number?
That's
192.
what, 92, 192?
Have you seen that this spring and summer?
Yeah, the other 2 channels normally, like the first one is public access, the meetings, like all that. Usually the second one is sports.
Yeah.
And the 3rd one, I've noticed a couple of times, Worcester, meeting going on.
Recently, though, like
Yeah.
this summer, in the spring,
Oh,
you've seen
went
it?
on for a couple of years that way.
So actual programming,
Yeah, Worcester programming.
is that part of?
They'll have like a
So-
meeting in Worcester or,
So, when I took over the public channel from Valerie, beginning of the summer, I guess,
yeah.
June, I stopped playing a lot of her. She would be playing state things from the State House,
Right.
non-Westport related things. So I'm wondering if
This
that's
was
what
a
you've
couple
seen?
times I noticed it was like a Worcester meeting.
Yeah, that's,
And it was,
Is-
the headline will be Worcester something,
I don't know.
It's
That's
all
where,
Mixing, or, dead air or something.
that's, yeah, so when our dead air goes
Something
right,
to look at,
our dead air goes right to a Westport bulletin board. So That's interesting. If you can just tell me that, if you ever catch that, just write down the day and time, because if I wanted to play something for, I wouldn't know how to do it. So that's something from the head end,
About a week ago, I
Being
was looking
switched.
through it, I said, wait a minute, it was the Worcester something, you know, on the bar on the top,
Yeah.
some kind of a meeting, it was like a selectmen's meeting, but it wasn't, you know, local.
wow, it's news to me. I
Yeah,
don't know
it was
how
like
that's,
probably a city hall meeting, you know, a council or something.
I'll,
Yeah, I would imagine something in their head end, they may have switched over and it could have been a one-off, but you've seen
Yeah.
it more than once?
Yeah, more than one, I mean, in the last couple of years, I don't look at it that much, you know,
Right.
flip that one over, I was just going through it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's.
I thought maybe we had lost it, remember like you said, channel or something, I thought maybe we,
Yeah, we haven't pulled the trigger on that yet, and I think,
see,
Yeah, that's-
your sailor goes from here to the server probably in Oxford, right? From Westport and back here,
right,
you know, it's not a direct feed. So there could be something going on with their feeding out of Worcester.
yeah. I mean,
I'll call the head end tomorrow
Yeah,
and
unless.
see what they,
Yeah,
if
that's,
they can think about, if they can explain why this happened.
yeah.
That's not all the time, it just hit it maybe once or twice where,
Yeah, because every time I watch it from the server, I see what should be on there, Westport content. All right, if you see it again, just write a note of the day and time, and that way I have something to send to the
Yeah.
head end.
Right.
All right, thanks for that.
Do you have a contact over at the head end?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if they could help facilitate the service call for you.
He might.
You know, just explain, you know, that you need the connectivity at the new high school. I mean, usually if you deal with the guys that you work with all the time, they might have a better chance.
Then the guy in New York
Getting
try and expedite it.
something done, you know, buy him some Perry's Bakery or something like that.
So getting back to the high def thing, I've gone back and forth, and this is one I kind of want to defer to the board and see how many, like, what you all think about losing a channel in favor of gaining a high def channel. Keeping in mind, this is now a new public channel we have now since David and I kind of taken over. It's not what used to be on previously, so you're going to see a lot of Westport stuff. There's some days I say it'd be great to have high def, and then the next day I say,
Right.
the next day I
Docs
say,
like it. I mean, I thought it would be good for sports and whatnot.
I do too.
But if we're gonna be able to spread it out, I mean, there is some seasons where you have two sports at once, too, so, I mean, if you wanna hold off on it, you know, I guess we can. Everybody doesn't seem overly excited, plus there was some equipment we needed too, right, the proper broadcast.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the Drake encoders can, that's also in one of my Spectrum emails to them as well.
Can we just find out if there's a deadline that they need to know by, or if we can keep it open-ended?
So in what Renee sent from the contract, we have to make that decision by, licensee shall make all subsequent annual, no, that's something different, I apologize. Nope, that has nothing to do with it was highlighted, so I thought it was part of this.
Well, it doesn't sound like we're ready to take action now anyway, so if it was, we'd probably stay in limbo for now,
Yeah.
especially if we need more equipment. We're not-
I'll find out that, I'm trying to find out that answer. If we didn't need more equipment, would that change your thoughts, or would it?
We need more?
If we didn't, if
Yeah,
they just said
so
what you
we-
have, if they said what you have works, how would you feel?
If we think we have enough to do it. I don't wanna see myself in the selectmen meetings in high DS here, you know, so, but some of our programs like basketball, I mean, you
Would
can't
look
tell
good.
from the 1978 VHSs sometimes. So you know, I think it'd be better for the kids, but again,
Yeah.
if we're not ready to rock.
That's
and
how I
roll,
think too.
Yeah.
So part of the issue that I saw that kind of bothered me a little bit was to kind of expand on what John said about losing a channel. You're losing an SD channel, you're losing a channel, but you're gaining the HD channel, which will come most likely at a cost that Spectrum, Infinity, they're gonna charge for that.
I think somebody said
For
about
that.
$3,000 or something a while back.
It's probably gonna be closer to 30.
Wow.
And that's what, and I only know this because that's what the charge is. It's actually written in Fall River's cable license. And we're kind of right now wavering whether or not, well, two things, whether or not that cost is worth the end result. Because really, what can you do with $30,000? I mean, I know Westport can do a lot with $30,000 in terms of programming, in terms of staffing, in terms of
More meetings.
more meetings, in terms of having that buffer for the long term when people are dropping cable TV. I mean, what's nice about your budget is that it revolves, and end of the year, it doesn't disappear. So over the course of 10 years, you know, that $30,000 may be valuable. And especially with your push to do social media and to do, you know, getting the programming out on Facebook. I mean, the reality is how many people are actually sitting down and watching cable TV these
Well,
days
Like I
in
I
Westport.
mentioned a couple of meetings ago, I was talking to a technician who was doing some work at the house, and they had that free thing, they did, checked everything. He said they're gonna be getting rid of, for the next 2-3 years, all the boxes. It's all gonna be streaming. You'll have a little box, about the size of your phone,
Right.
it's gonna be a cable box,
Hmm.
all streaming. So
Right.
now, if people-
Well, there's our
people,
answer.
If they don't know about streaming,
And it's
are not
HD.
familiar with it,
Yeah.
they're gonna have a problem.
Yeah, and you'll see when John sends the links out, you post everything in YouTube in HD, right?
Yes.
So you'll see
Like
if
it's
you
going
click on
now.
a link, you're gonna be able to watch it on HD through your computer, through your Apple TV or your smart TV.
Like what now Charter's doing, they're giving you Max and the Paramount Plus, but you have to stream it. It's included in your package, it's not part of the cable package.
Yeah,
They started about a month ago, well, 3 months ago, Max, and now last week they came out with Paramount Plus.
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
all streaming.
I did see that. So that's my thought on it. I'm just wondering whether or not that cost, and there will be a cost, and it may not be exactly $30,000, but knowing Spectrum, they're probably, it's gonna be expensive.
That figure sounds familiar when we first had the
Yeah, so.
contract out.
And obviously, you know, with kind of cable TV changing the landscape, I just wonder if that is money well spent.
I believe it
And
is.
You want the HD or
I do want the HD.
You do,
I do.
for the sports and
Yeah,
for,
it'll be my, well, not necessarily for the sports. I like the Westport show. I think just for entertainment, because I enjoy watching the waves, and I want to see all of that. I want to see what she's talking about.
Mhm.
so do you watch most of your programming on cable,
I
on
do.
cable
I
TV?
don't have cable. I stream.
You stream,
Mhm.
so you don't watch it on cable TV?
Correct.
Okay, so that's the distinction though, Carrie, is
Mhm.
that, you know, he can still do HD programming and he can still provide that to people on Facebook or YouTube or any streaming service really, but the whole cable TV HD channel is specific to cable subscribers.
Hmm.
So people with a cable box will go to a channel, and instead of it looking like, you know, 1960s,
4:3,
you know,
yeah.
4:3 blurry, you know, television that we remember when we were kids, it'll look like, you know, today's, you know, when you walk into Best Buy and you see all of the beautiful images.
Well, now most of your cable, Charter's all high definition.
Right.
All your channels are high definition now.
Well, all of them except Westport Community
Right,
Television.
except Westport, right.
And that's the issue.
And
That's what I'm driving at, is that, you know, $30,000 will buy Westport an HD channel on Charter, on Spectrum.
But who's gonna be, no, say 5 years from now, who's gonna be watching it? It's all gonna be streaming.
That's my
So
point.
we're wasting
Yeah.
30 grand.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Looking
it's
at
the
it.
same thing with streaming. You can get the lower def and the higher def. It's on the internet. It doesn't automatically go to a high def.
Right, right.
I mean,
It
they,
would be useful for internet as well to have
in
better.
the last 2 weeks, Charter's done something because mostly programming now, especially watching cable, it's almost like 3D. In the last 2 weeks, their signal has gone almost a real 4K high definition.
Yeah.
And it's unbelievable. I was watching, I can't believe this. It's really almost like a 3D picture. In the last 2 weeks, they've done something with their signal.
Yeah.
Because they had an email that they're gonna be doing maintenance between 2 and 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning, and you might lose your signal.
Yeah.
And I guess they were
Yeah.
upgrading their system in Westport.
I mean, and you can see even in terms of the technology of what's being produced and, you know, in terms of production, I mean, they're already pushing 5K, 8K television sets, you know, to upgrade the
You see the price
picture
of it?
even
Unbelievable.
more.
Cheap.
Yeah, it's certainly a change from what it used to be. So, I mean, I don't know what this board feels in terms of, you know, maybe it's a matter of just, you know, kind of holding off on this for now and seeing, you know, there's nothing that says we have to do it in terms of, you know, moving forward on the actual cable TV HD end of it. I think as long as you have equipment that you can produce all of the programming in HD, like are these cameras all in throughout, they're all HD?
No.
I mean, that might be something that $30,000 can buy.
You know, possibly when they come out with the new little boxes, it might be all streaming, so it's gonna be HD anyhow.
Yeah.
We might get HD for free. If you look at it, because they're gonna be forced to send a signal as an HD signal to the new boxes.
Yeah, I mean, what's crazy to me, these phones actually
Yeah.
have HD now. So,
Yeah.
and you can shoot HD video with your
Looking at
iPhone.
it,
So, I mean, you know, that might be in your, jumping back to your budget and staffing, and you might need to like assess the equipment that's already out there in the select board, you know, meeting room, and all of this equipment, wherever meetings are held. I know the historical board, they're in the basement, right, of the,
They're in here.
they're
Yeah.
in this room?
Yep.
Okay.
They were here last night.
Okay, because they used to be
John,
in the basement of the.
We took all that out.
Okay.
John, with your new equipment, like your cameras and all, is that all HD compatible?
It is.
It is?
It's only HD.
All
Yeah.
of this stuff is?
Right, but the robotics here are not.
No.
Yeah, that's something that you might want to start upgrading. And I think what you'll find is even if you start upgrading these cameras and all the cameras throughout the town, that the picture quality is going to improve even on the SD channels. I think they're better,
Mhm.
the cameras now are better in low light, they're better resolution anyway, so
Mhm.
I think it's might be worth looking into, and maybe coming back to the board with, you know, with
A quote or
a
something.
quote
for them.
or, yeah.
Sure.
I mean, you guys think that might be worthwhile to look at?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense to do the HD if we don't have it all in place, so let's find out what we need to get up to snuff.
Yeah, see, I agree, I hadn't realized that the cameras in these rooms aren't even HD. So why even go down the road of looking at an HD channel if you can't do the meetings? I mean, I understand the
There-
schools, you can do your sports programming and
With
stuff like
all the
that.
portable stuff is high def.
Yeah, where does the school committee meet? At the high school,
Yeah, they meet in the high school auditorium.
and that is HD.
They don't look HD. I don't know if they are or not. I didn't buy those. Those came with the building,
Okay.
so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next
The
time
the
you-
high school auditorium though is dark. so they could be HD, but just because it's such low light in there and low light on the stage, you're not getting the true effect of it.
I mean, we can have that conversation offline and talk about that,
Yep.
but,
Okay.
so, I mean, that, I think if, you know, if there's no movement on that particular item in terms of HD, we just hold for now, and, you know, have John come back to the board and make a wish list of maybe upgrades. And that's part of the problem is that this technology changes like so fast.
Mm.
And when was the last time this stuff was upgraded?
These cameras are 5, 6 years old. It was before COVID, right before COVID, so 5, going on 6. I went by fast.
And they're the size problem, the new ones.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they are HD compatible. I have the paperwork,
Dig
so let
around
me.
and go through the inventory, see. what
Yeah,
we
I
need to-
have the paperwork and
Yeah.
I have all the
Top
quotes
shelf.
from
And
everything.
we can help, I can help you with that.
I can help
Yeah.
you too if you need me.
So, okay, I'm just wondering, does anybody else have anything else to discuss? Is there any new business? Do you guys have any concerns for John or for?
No, but maybe we could put on the bottom of the broadcast tag, or if you wanna announce it, just the email address in case anybody wants to send us problems, or maybe somebody knows dates. I saw my box fried right about when they did the upgrades, and I haven't got the new box yet. So, but I saw some Worcester mixed in, but I don't recall how long ago it was, cause I DVR a lot of stuff and watch it, but there was a mix. But I'm not sure if it was before June or July or not.
Okay. Oh,
So,
that blows my
if you wanna
mind.
put the email out there so people know now, or the cable access, what is it, at Gmail or something? Or put it at the tagline on the broadcast so people can get a hold of us.
Okay.
This way it's access.
Well, if you go to the town website.
Yeah.
It's a cable.
Town website too, but we're
Yeah.
trying to promote cable so
Yeah,
people will
right.
keep their subscriptions.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, I'm probably as guilty as anyone. I'm running around, I have a new grandson, I have so much stuff
Me
going
too,
on
man.
now. So, you know, I'm gonna try to make it a point of when I'm sitting in front of the television to just grab the remote and just every once in a while check the channels. And I think that's
Mhm.
probably good advice for all of us if we can do that.
The only other thing I would bring up as far as business before we close out, do we plan on doing any hybrid in the winter, or is it some folks don't want that capability? I'm thinking as we go toward bad weather and everything, the options there that we might want to consider it.
So-
I mean, maybe that's why a couple of people would make it.
Hybrid meetings, so we
Well,
can.
either hybrid or all Zoom, like in January, February or something.
Yeah, we can do that in the town hall and through this. We can do it in these
I would
these
just
two
leave it
rooms.
an option, 'cause this way you don't have to cancel the meeting, people can plan around it.
Yeah,
They're in their own house.
yeah.
I concur because, you know, I'm actually going out for surgery next week.
There you go.
So, yeah.
We don't want you to have an excuse that you can't chair the meeting. You can do it from the hospital bed with a video camera.
Well, the internet advisory meetings are still going, and they're always remote.
All right.
So,
it's just something to think about. I'm sure we can get another meeting in before the nasty weather, but
yeah.
it makes it more
January,
convenient.
February,
Yeah,
March.
yeah, during the nasty months. people more.
Ideally, it would be great to have all the meetings hybrid, so people could attend
Yeah.
from home. That was one of my goals.
Yeah. I agree.
Now,
I mean,
how-
everybody is capable. You have a computer at home that you can use to jump on, Don?
We can
Okay.
use cue cards at home, though, we can't. All right, there you go. Yeah,
John,
that
do
is
they
fine.
record, you have the facilities to record the meeting if it goes, video or conference, what type?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that right on the computer.
No, I mean, record the meeting,
Mhm.
they have the facility to record the meeting
Well,
for records, like you do now,
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
I think, you mean remotely if we do it?
Yeah, if you do it remotely, does the
Yes,
facility have a
yes.
recording of the whole meeting? Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
Yep.
And it still gets posted online.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you can still take that file and put it on the channels.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
that's actually a good.
make that as a goal as we're resting up. It should be the only thing on your mind while you're healing, is how we can do hybrid meetings.
I don't think we need a motion for that, right? We're just
No.
gonna go ahead.
It's the consensus.
Okay.
Everybody kind of agrees. It's a good option.
Okay, so I don't know if we want to keep the next meeting date open, or, you know, what you guys,
Maybe, I mean, we didn't even have anything super critical except for the AD, so why don't we leave it open? You can give us an email when something exciting comes up. Maybe after John gets the inventory, if we have to have a meeting to go over the equipment, if anybody's confused or whatever,
okay,
so.
sounds good to me. All right,
You have anything else?
anything else?
No, I'll make a motion.
I make a
Anything else
motion-
on the agenda?
Nope.
You make a motion?
I make a
So to
motion
adjourn?
in the meeting.
Okay, so adjourn.
Beat you-
Second, Steve.
Okay.
Beat you to it.
There you go.
All in favor?
Aye.
Adjourned.
There you go.
Thank you all for.